डेली इंतजार कर रहा हूँ, और मैंने आपके लिए कोई खास चीज बना रखी है।
ओहो, ओके, अच्छा 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 अच्छा। नहीं, आपसे तब बात हुआ, उसके बाद फिर हम बाहर चले गए। अब ठीक है,
होली के
आप मिल
पहले,
सकते हैं आपसे।
होली से पहले आ जाना, क्योंकि होली की वो खास चीज है।
हाँ,
अच्छा जी।
ओके, ठीक है। शुरू किया जाए।
Yes, sir. But with your due permission, let us start the first session of the faculty development program being conducted by the Construction Industry Development Council. This organization has been established by the Planning Commission, now NITI Aayog, Government of India, in 1996. For this program is designed by the AICT and the CIDC, and this is the fourth batch of the faculty development program. The participants are from civil, electrical, mechanical, electronics, and computer science engineering branches. More than 400 participants uh, have been registered in this program
वाह,
from the institutions from all over India. The number of institutions is around 250 uh, who has who have been associated in this program is around 250, more than 250, sir. But in the last session, in the last batch, in the previous batch, your session was well accepted and very, very appreciated by the academia. And even we have received several appreciation from the industry also. Because, sir, as all of us are aware that we are uploading the recorded video in our CIDC YouTube channel, sir. So, sir, I have requested you to take one session for this batch also, sir. And really, we are privileged that you have accepted our request, and now you are taking the first session of this batch, sir.
ओके,
Sir. Thanks, sir. Thanks for your kind acceptance. So, dear academicians, now with due permission of Professor Ghosh, we are going to start the technical session. And before that, I would like to introduce Professor Chandan Ghosh. That is very difficult for me because
नॉट रिक्वायर्ड।
really, sir, just giving introduction, your introduction in 2-3 minutes is really very difficult. I
नो
have,
नो नो नो, नॉट रिक्वायर्ड, नॉट रिक्वायर्ड।
sir, I have compiled 4-5 lines, but
ओके,
this is not complete picture of your achievement, sir. And sir, you're working in the area of disaster management and the training and skill development of engineering graduates and young faculties are really very praiseworthy, sir. Really, sir, it is very praiseworthy. So, let me introduce Professor Chandan Ghosh in brief. Professor Ghosh is a passionate teacher, motivator, and innovator for more than 3 decades in various facets of entrepreneurship development, urgently needed to infuse the contemporary world of disaster mitigation and management. He works on disaster risk reduction domains, including promotion of earthquake-resistant measures, nature-based solution in air, water, soil rejuvenation, bioengineering by Whittier Graf. He he inspires the community to live with all facets of disasters with a zeal for creativity and problem-solving skills. He has more than 150 research publications in national and international journals, proceedings of repute on soil liquefaction, seismic microzonation, geosynthetics, landslide mitigation, and in other area of expertise. He is proficient in the site-specific hands-on training, research, documentation, and policy advocacy of the country, which is guiding many institutions and universities to adopt a skill-based approach to sustainable development. As professor and head in NIDM, National Institute of Disaster Management under the Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India, he has made important contributions in strengthening training, self-study, and online curriculum with field exposure and professional credence in the disaster documentation. He has been serving as an expert member in various committees formed by DDA, MCD, NDMA, UPFE, DFT, MOUD, MOEF, to name a few. His professional acumen is effectively tapped by the non-life disaster insurance agencies, dam burst disaster planning, hydrocarbon industries, construction, and retrofitting agencies. So far, though these lines are not sufficient to give your introduction, I just given the brief, and now I request you to take the session. This is the first session of young engineering faculties, and please guide them to plan for their value addition in life, in career, and to, to enhance the quality in the technical education. So far, I am handing over the session to you, sir. Please.
Um, so, good afternoon, and with all respects to CIDC and Doctors P.R. Sarup, that whose inspiration and guidance this program for the faculty development, especially in AICT affiliated colleges across the country, has taken to the second round, I think, Mrs. Saab?
Sir, this is the fourth batch, sir.
Fourth batch.
Yes,
Started,
sir.
I think, in November onward?
Yes, sir. November onward.
November onward. So that way, it is a commitment made to AICT and for the country to bring our teachers that who are always enthusiastic in igniting themselves with a veritable manner that country as well as our technology has opened up. And also I am thankful that you have been making this program serially as well as inviting the attention of our teachers so nicely with all together in this batch. Today is the beginning of that. And more so, our inspiration also comes from engineer Om Prakash Gupta ji, BSM, who is, despite his age, which we say it is a number of years only, years rather, it is a number, but his enthusiasm, interest, and interaction, encouragement to we are very few that having a multi-talented personality who is giving all what he has or he has gained, and with other than this online introduction, the other day the kind of specification and the kind of services, humanly services that he is providing to the community, not only through this forum, but also the place that where he is living and surrounding. Everybody gets a ready reference to get advice, whether it is personal, whether it is professional, or whether something physical or metaphysical issues, where Gupta Sahab is always there to help each other. Thank you very much for being over here. And on my side, whatever we have been here, I know that many of you who are attending this, and who's I can see about 160, 70 of you. Please don't take whatever I am providing over here, that is the thing. Every slide or every presentation needs a discussion and elaboration, understanding, as well as proliferation of the same thing to our day-to-day life. So let this interaction, the beginning interaction, especially for the faculty development, in the name of faculty development, let it not be only confined to 1 hour or 1.5 hours of interaction on the online, and let it be both-way communication, because it is now in Google Meet. So any one of you can raise your hand, and your hand symbol is there, and also interaction that we are having now. Today onward, we have got a public notice in our office also, central government, that today onward all restrictions are due to COVID are now taken off. All the restriction has gone. So finally a notice has come to our office today. From 7th onward, all restrictions are now waived off or removed. So in that case, then maybe next program, although this is online, we would like to see that some of the program, let there be some kind of physical meeting, face-to-face meeting, to the extent possible. Then only we'll see that we can take the next step in picking up whatever we are discussing over here in a real life implementation. So, yeah, Sandeep Kumar Sharma ji want to say something? Yeah, Sandeep Sharma ji, you have raised your hand. Anything? Or okay, Malay De is here. Okay, just say ना, cheers, कुछ बोलिए ना, ये तो सब खोल गया है, अब क्या इतना ऑनलाइन में मास्क पहन के चलना है? हाँ, हरिंदर कुमार जी बोलिए, आप कुछ बोलना चाह रहे हैं? आवाज देखिए। हाँ, सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है, आपका लगता है म्यूट है, हरिंदर जी।
Okay, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
I am from BBDIT Ghaziabad. And
Okay.
I'm happy to listen your comments or your experience, which will help me in teaching my students.
Of course, we are all learner as well as teacher, as well as motivator, and we work along what we talk. Let us keep that spirit, and wherever now we are free from COVID,
Yes.
So let us now enjoy this occasion today onward. Officially, it is. Let it come, whatever it may be. So, in that case, let us see that face-to-face meeting, visit, site visit, and some of the experience sharing. While you can call us or we can call you. We are located here in Delhi. Of course, we are in the northwest Delhi in Rohini. Our campus is here in an IDM. So you are most welcome to visit us or see each other. ठीक है, तो मैं अभी संजय लक्ष्मी नारायण wants to say something. Okay. So let me share then. If no voice is coming, then let me share my slides.
Sir, may I ask one thing?
Yeah, please.
Sir, my doubt is this FDP is beneficial for CS or EC related students?
My thing is, first you see that now, I will be speaking something, it doesn't belong to a particular department or person or area. It belongs to everyone.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Because you know, these days when we go for this kind of smartphone, it is not that only one technology or two technology or CPU, Intel chips. There are hundreds of items are being added up to it. Aesthetics, electronics, then this kind of cover, you know, which I have got for this kind of cover jo hai. This is all made from petroleum byproducts. So then it comes to geomembrane, geosynthetics, household items are there. Then also Internet of Things, which we are using. So this lecture, especially this is a beginning lecture, this will encompass many aspects of our life. And especially I will address from the type of how in our disaster situation, what kind of know-how and then common sense from our respective field of interest and expertization we are going to apply. It is more on application oriented. You will not find a single equation. So you see that then you see after this lecture, you will be made into some group. What happened? So what I'm mentioning over here, disruption technologies in the era of information sharing. So does it belong to civil engineering, mechanical, electrical, computer science? It is all we are, AICT is our tag. Means technical education. When we go for technical education, you'll see that how various contribution as well as our knowledge and know-how are being utilized in living the things. Like one part I would like to highlight that, what is this? None of this disruption technology or information sharing. Some of this, each and every photograph, whatever title is written, and where it is only photograph will be showing, and I will be discussing from here, then you will see that where you think that your expertise or your subject and area of interest would require some rethinking in the name of disruption technology. In this photo, not photo, it is rather photo taken with the villagers. Ultimately, whatever we are learning, whatever degree or publications that we are increasing our CV, or whatever thinking that we are making, especially for the student, ultimately it has to come to the society. And whatever we are thinking, it is for the benefit of the society. Now, in that respect, you see that this photograph, it is a live photo, a work taken up from a village, having a pakka house here, you can see, and those who are the participants are motivated here to make a plan of their own village and making them familiarize that where what is, whether they are able to locate them. So now information sharing, you see, disruption technology, you're just keeping that aside, you see that information sharing, information about what? We are all have become familiar with Google Earth, Google Map. So there are host of scientists and experts, tools, software developed and which is made available to our mobile phone or our GPS or wherever it is, we can see. But what about these people? What about these people? They cannot have a mobile. First of all, they cannot have any affordability to buy a smartphone. But whenever some unwanted event happens or regular, say, cyclone happens, earthquake happens, or even thunderstorm happens, 3,000 to 5,000 people die every year because of the not thunderstorm, thunderbolt. So there are certain statistical data and information being maintained across the globe that other than road accident, it is a thunderstorm or thunderbolt that which comes down, penetrating thunderbolt, which kills more than 3,000 to 5,000 people in our country itself, which is more than any other disaster if it is accumulated. But where they occur mostly in the villages, open area. But making that prevention of that, or before they fell down into the ground, were killing people. Don't you think that we are in the engineering stream, whether it is electronics, whether it is computer, whether it is IT, whether it is civil engineering? You see that name any branches that we think we are having expertise and PhD and hundreds of paper, but we are not able to solve this problem that which is killing more than 5,000 people every year. And what technology that we have developed, or do we at all concerned about know how to prevent these people from killing themselves under an open ground or under a tree? So what accounts or what kind of responsibility comes to our so-called scientific and technical institution? Shall we keep it idle, or don't do anything, or don't explore that what is going on, which are the countries having this, and what kind of information are being collected? So which branches of our knowledge that are engineering rather branches, which we think physics or chemistry and all other things, how can we keep silent and totally remain inert while so many people are dying because of this natural event that due to microcloud and then this kind of ground penetrating things that which comes down every now and then, and we do not have any warning system, we do not have any tools to capture them, we do not have any kind of technical know-how to know something in advance so that we can put some kind of message to this kind of people that who are drawing where they are, and think of their motivation into this job, which you can see. And also think of that we are, maybe many of us, we are living in the city, but calling these people from their day-to-day life, starting from 4 o'clock in the morning to late evening in the villages, that what kind of hello? मेरा तो अभी क्लास है गरिमा जी के पास लेते हैं. So are we able to reach to these people and the kind of activity they do from the morning to late night, and from their busy schedule, maybe after lunch, maybe 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, when they talk to each other, maybe they share whatever they think, maybe whatever relaxation that they may have, maybe after lunch period, maybe for 1 hour or 2 hours, whatever it is, bringing them into a community hall, then familiarizing them with the kind of where the school, where is the mandir, where is the road, what for. It is not it's simply a game, or it is not as in village that it is not, it is a purpose is there. Purpose is, in case of flood, which are the shelter area that they have to go, and or where that so planning that bringing to this community level is one kind of challenge, and irrespective of our knowledge, we have to see that how community is getting aware about their surroundings. This is one aspect. Then in city area, this is a building, multi-story, 12, 13-story building in Gurgaon. 2 weeks back, we have visited there. And these are the flats, 12, 13-story building. given the order to vacate them because they are not fit for living. And you know, per square feet of the cost of this flat are more than 7,000, 8,000 per square feet. And out of 729 flats, 200 of them are being allotted to their owner who bought them, paid them this amount. And now their flat, within 5 years of their usage, they have become like this, or some repair work is going on, and it is declared that they have to move to some other places because this, according to some reports, that these are not fit for living. And you see that the kind of problem that, and the kind of civil engineers, architect, building construction, builders, and you see chain of so many, what kind of material they have used, how come within 5 years they deteriorate in this manner. And this is something that repair work that they are doing now, and see that the things, all civil engineers, they know what are the exposition of the bars within 5 years of their construction, which should not be. So there is it is a big crisis in the city, like posh area, that people paid in crores and they have to be evicted because buildings are all in a certain form, not fit for living there. But it is only, I would say that, of course, electronics is not involved, or IT or computer science people are not involved. But keeping aside that, civil engineers, especially architect, town planners, and the host of other people that who are involved in this business or in this kind of real estate construction or real estate business, where it comes from, even the kind of building materials, and which accounts for about 20% of our GDP. So look at whatever we are studying, whatever we are teaching. Now each one of us, at least we are familiar with what is the petrol prices and what are the projections, because war is going on for the next few weeks. These are all we are getting updated in our mobile or internet or TV, television. What is being projected now, it all, we are concerned to our economy and the kind of growth that we are making. But while GDP of this construction related things occupies 17 to 20% of our things, then if something happens in this manner, directly, indirectly, whole economy of the country is affected. So it is not that in the current context of our development, that it is only economics, BSc or MSc, PhD or MBA people, or those who are having some specialty in economics, only they are concerned. It is concerned, it is when we take GDP in our context, then each and every one of us are concerned. Insurance people are also involved, means they are to be also concerned. What kind of surety is given? So here in the building itself, so many materials are being used, so many electrical system, fire alarm system, so many things are being used. And while construction industry, where there are few organizations are there who do such kind of repair work, and then the repair work, how it is to be done, retrofitting is required or not, and then what kind of machinery is involved, what are the testing to be done, what are the samples to be taken, which are the recognized laboratory. So I can list out hundreds such items or organizations and concerned that who would be involved if we take only cases of this building industry here, which is facing such kind of trouble due to that non-compliance with the standards which are defined in our building code. So this is one of the several aspects that I would like to say, that your program, this program for faculty development, is to be taken in a holistic manner, so that each one of you, each one that whoever listening, or it is being recorded, that let us take our own share into the aspect that being highlighted over here, or many other examples that we are going to show. So with this background, just only that I would say that what we are now getting motivated into, that in 2016, there was a conference, international conference held in Delhi. It is called AMCDRR, Asian Ministerial Conference in Disaster Risk Reduction. So in that, our Honorable Prime Minister has mentioned 10 points. So it is, in brief, it is called PM's 10-point agenda declared at Asian Ministerial Conference in Disaster Risk Reduction. So, and you can see that in the Google that these are very nicely decorated. What are those 10 points, which involves and evolves with each one of our working domains, thinking domain, living domain, and whether it is health, whether it is industry, whether it is economics, everything are being taken care in this 10 point. All development sector must imbibe the principle of disaster risk management. Number one, work towards risk coverage for all, starting from poor household to SME, multinational corporation, small and medium enterprises. MSME is a one ministry. I think you know MSME. We have got several lots of industry are listed over there, and their role is very, very important. And very, very much government as well as entire country's economy are heavily dependent on functions of the SMEs, small and medium scale industries, enterprises, to multinational corporation to nation states. So work towards risk coverage for all, starting from poor household to SMEs. Encourage greater involvement and leadership of women in disaster risk management. You may be knowing that DST just has published 75 women engineers, who have contributed heavily in the science and technology of the country. They have brought out recently the award that they have selected, 75. Many of you might be seeing now these things are there. So invest in risk mapping globally. For mapping risk-related hazards like earthquake, we have accepted standards and parameters. So all these things you can go through. I'm just not reading on, but only keep this tag with you and go through this. But overall, things comes from Sustainable Development Goal, that which we are now 2015 to 2030. So you may be knowing many things are happening, but these 17 goals that which is written over here, 1 to 17 here, this is called 17 goals, 15 years, 2015 to 30. And then each goal has got many targets and then indicators, 230 indicators. So here it is, it encompasses whether it is poverty, whether it is hunger, good health, quality education, gender equality, then clean water and sanitation, I will show some of these examples. Then sustainable cities and communities, and then reduced inequalities. So please go through this one, and this is very important to know the nitty-gritty and to know the details of these 17 goals, and then 169 targets. Now we are in the midway, and there are several agencies in the country at state level. Now various progress that have been made, those data are being collected, collated, and disseminated, and then being reported to the Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction and UN organization, UNDRR, United Nations Disaster Risk Reduction. So they are getting this data, and accordingly they are putting some index or some kind of ranking each of the 193 countries who signed this SDG goal objective in 2015 at Sendai, Japan. Now let us come to the technology. Because it is a disruptive technology. This is a train which got derailed, which you can see. But what is the background behind that? Because of an earthquake early warning system and auto brake applied on 23rd October 2004. So this early warning system in our country, we have not yet developed these things for public deployment. So don't you think that those who are attending over here, the kind of lecture that we are sharing, the kind of discourse that we are giving, don't you think that each one of us, you, me, all together, we have to see that if train is running at a speed of 300 kilometer, like this train was running at a speed of 300 kilometer, we are also making ways for making bullet train from Ahmedabad to Bombay, and with the Japanese technology in mind. And for that, they are making a special truck, special railway truck, specially qualified for running the train. And most of them are elevated. Work is going on 24/7 with several agencies working there, with lots of quality control is going on. So in one side, we have got and borrowed the technology, of course, and then work is going on in a jet speed. On the other hand, the kind of problem that we face, maintenance of that, the kind of technology we need to contain, control, save people's lives. It means that those people that who are riding the train, of course, we have established through our, railway booking system that 1 rupee per ride, if you pay, you will be paid something. Some insurance will be taken in case of accident-related injury, death, or something is there in the train, which that while booking the train, you are given an option to pay 1 rupee per ride from, say, Delhi to Calcutta or something like that. But you see, creating that thing is not the engineer's job to look into. What we have to look into that, in case of accident or in case of earthquake, what kind of assurity that we are giving to our train or the passenger, thousands of passengers, and whether we have any auto brake system or not. At least in our country, we have not yet devised such kind of auto brake system. So don't you think that from today onward, when you are listening to, many of you know that we have to devote our time and energy to see that the details of technology being made available in Beijing or Shanghai or Japan, Taiwan, France, Germany, and all those places, that how they put an auto brake to a train which is running, and earthquake is attacking. An earthquake is going to attack, and when earthquake waves are coming, then what kind of parameters to be taken, what kind of devices to be deployed along the track, and also what kind of information system. Information means how quickly we are able to catch early earthquake. Earthquake early means after earthquake happens, how early the earthquake can be detected along with its magnitude and location, so that we are able to detect which are the running such like train within 50, 100, 200 kilometers, and depending on the magnitude, that which are the train or maybe nuclear power stations or even turbogenerator foundation in thermal power station. There are many heavy machineries are there which requires emergency stop. So for that, what are the background infrastructure needed to come to a decision to stop a train which is running at a speed, say 300 kilometers or something like that, and then stopping at that before it gets toppled by the earthquake. So don't you think that where we have not yet progressed even 0.011% in this area, then and think of that which are the branches or of engineering, technology, physics, or all branches of our knowledge and know-how are to be looked into. That when Japan is having this technology more than 20 years back or something like that, which they are still functional and they keep it functional, then how early that earthquake can be detected. And because in each second, earthquake waves travel 3 to 5 kilometers. 3 to 5 kilometers. So when each second it may, So it is to be made that a train may run from the sources of earthquake. We have identified our earthquakes across the country. But where it is going to occur the next earthquake, that part still not, because the area is robust. It is not possible to make certain judgmental things that earthquake is going to come at that place, because in the robust area, entire Himalaya is 2,500 kilometers. So in 2,500 kilometers, where stress built up is there, it is, even though many such devices are placed in the tectonic plates or in the sensitive area, including differential GPS, still it is not possible to measure the amount of stresses that where Himalaya is raising in few millimeters per year, or plates are moving, which we are able to measure 5 to 6 millimeter, 2,500 kilometer width plate is moving towards north. So whatever may be the sensible equipment that we are able to deploy along this Himalayan arc, it is still not possible to tell that when earthquake is going to happen. But more often than that, entire scientists and world body, they have recognized and gave the stress that instead of predicting earthquake or similar such event, which is very much uncertain, let us try to put up the system that which will detect the earthquake within 2 to 3 seconds. Within 2 to 3 seconds, it means from source of earthquake, which may be anything, it is an indeterminate problem. So from source of earthquake, and in 3 seconds of time, it has already traveled 15 kilometers. So in 10 to 15, before it moves beyond 10 to 15 kilometers, if we are able to detect the earthquake, I'll show in detail. Yes, we are able to detect the earthquake as soon as, means within 2 seconds, the place of its occurrence, which is an indeterminate problem, and also magnitude. If magnitude is 5 or 6 or below, then we don't have to worry. The moment it becomes more than 7 or 7.5, in case of Japan, they become worried. When it is more than 7.5, then they become worried because they have ensured their buildings and their trains, train lines and everything to resist an intensity of generated by a 7.5 magnitude earthquake. For that, they have done entire investigation of their plates and underground and everything. So just in order to make it short, that we are lagging behind, or rather none of us have given any thought in this manner, where the countries like Japan or other countries, they have brought earthquake early warning system into the public interface, not only to the public interface, but also applying or deploying it to save such kind of say train for this matter. So what we are looking at, our perspective in tackling disaster, we think that it is disaster is something that which is a black hole or it is undefined, but we try our own way, we dig our own way to solve it, whereas it is becoming more and more heavier because we are not going inside, and rather we are trying our own way to look at disaster. Like in the beginning, one of you said that I am from electronics background. So what is my role, especially in faculty development program? So I think the kind of matters or concern or things that being shared with you, you may define, each one of you can define that, where it is not just only chunk of information that you store in your brain cell for a few days or few minutes and then forget it. It is not like that. It is, we have to work together in various spheres, the kind of problem that we are not able to address yet, whereas you see they have been using and applying these things in their country in this manner. So in that case, then we have to go for research and take those information and then make appropriate system for the country's sake. Otherwise, what is happening, because it is a faculty development program, we have been running, bombarding with many such online programs, even to the extent now this is the season for conference in Delhi or here. Every day, several conference, seminars, symposia, this matter, that matter is coming up. And so a very nice, you see, one program is going on, another program is going on, and what is happening that you are already busy with so many things, your classes, students, evaluation, and research and guide, then many things are there. Over and above that, at 3:30, an arrangement has been made to make you online and listen to someone like me or some other experts that are going to come up. So what is happening is that one after the other, such kind of bioscope or such kind of panorama of our teaching is going on, and then number and frequency of training program, workshops and disaster are increasing without care for quality and realistic need assessment. And greater attention is needed on scope, substance and quality of training. So quality of such kind of programs are to be critically reviewed, and you all understand that while you'll be attending this program, you will be very much critical about what is lacking, not that what is given as a burden to you. Please don't take it as a burden that ascribed to you through this program. Rather, how you can make yourself or ourselves work together, solving such kind of problem together. And for that, you don't have to wait for some money or someone will say or some way out to be, because now entire world and this knowledge and know-how, they are available in the internet. And then there are many agencies as well as scientists working in our country or abroad, who can be connected, contacted, and then make ways for country's own benefit. So most of the time our education is going on and in this precarious manners, and that is why we have to have a self-analysis with our own method of teaching learning, which you know very well. So it is taken from disaster education, a joyride for students, teachers, and all by Dr. R.K. Vandari, in fact, who is given the Apada Prabandhan, means DRR award in the name of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose last year. Of course, prize was given this year physically at the Rashtrapati Bhavan. Again, I'm taking you to another dimension of the subject matter for everyone's interest. This is a photograph taken, of course, everyone when we are going by flight and by whatever we can see, how nice camera that we have, then we can take the panoramic view of the night sky in this manner. And in what way that, in what kind of things that it is no doubt from the night view of the living city or wherever you see, we can see these lights are going on, the communication is going on, and a flight is passing over, and then there are so many things are happening. You see what about the normal life of the creatures that who used to live over here for millions of years? What is happening to the light and glow with so many colors to the insects and other organisms that who used to live over here? We have replaced them, we have displaced them, we have deterred their way of living, and we are making our way. Probably while going through, we can see a ethereal beauty of such a beauty by taking a click of a camera. But the kind of impact that we are causing to the microorganism or even surrounding atmosphere, other things, there is a wide scope for working together to see that not only in terms of measuring the air quality index or the kind of PM1 or 2.5 or 10, or humidity, temperature, or wind speed, and all other things that we are mentioning, measuring, and every mobile is having, they say that what is a weather map and other things. We'll go into the kind of disturbance that we are causing while living in a city, that will come little bit later. Then another thing is, like the office that I'm sitting, or wherever you are, or wherever CIDC office is there and surrounding, when you see that we can categorize office building, residential building. So, and how to rate that? What is the current condition? Because we are all familiar with measuring what is the temperature, or last 2 years of COVID has taught us that take the swab from here and then check that, do the PCR or genomic study you do, and then see that whether it is Omicron variant, whether it is B1, B2, B3, all those variants. It takes 3 days, 5 days, 10 days to decide that what are the gene sequence, and then what are the variant, and what is the sources of the variant, and so many things that we have been knowing. So it is about the health science and our health perspective. And also among all the living creatures that we are having, it is only human being or veterinary sciences that we are indirectly, we become the doctor and we check that if in veterinary medicine that we are, or the kind of animals that a select group of animals that if they are not well, then we have an experts and teaching and research are there. But what about the infrastructure? That I'm in an office, or we may be in the, right now that we said that in the aviation, that which is causing, what are the debris are there, and what are the accidents that happen, what are the communication, and what are the way to disturb, or what are the accidental rates, and then what kind of disturbance that they are causing to our cosmos, or in our earth and surrounding atmosphere. So it is no doubt that we can go from one place to another place, taking the enjoyment of this night sky. But while using such kind of aviation, we are reaching maybe at a speed of 1,000 kilometers per hour from one place to another place. But the kind of disturbance that they are causing, can't we rate that airport or aviation industry from the viewpoint of that, what kind of impact that it is causing to our economy, and impact that it is causing to our development, GDP or human indexes, or the bridges that we use, what is their current health, which are serving some of them more than 100 years or 200 years. What about the broadband that we are using in our houses or offices? What kind of impact in the name of electromagnetic radiation that they are causing to our health? And is there, what are the measurements being made? And what are the specifications given by the standard that in this mobile phone, what kind of rates of radiation that which are not harmful, but still there will be some radiation. So what are the range? Depending on that, what is the prices of the mobile that go up when this kind of specifications are being followed? So the broadband that we are using, then what kind of, I would say, this kind of devices. This is one of the things that we are using in the office now. It is electronics, whatever, Enviro Globe, that while I am having one broadband in my room, it always makes some kind of electromagnetic radiation. What kind of impact that it is causing to my brain cells or into my mind, of course, which doesn't stay somewhere here. But then why this globe is being kept? So there are certain organization, company, and researchers. They make that it is the electromagnetic radiation that coming from the Wi-Fi or broadband, that which is continuously we are taking, or I am looking at this monitor. You are also looking at your mobile or laptop or desktop monitor. So every such electronic devices, they produce some radiation, and this radiation has got particular range or broadband or frequency. Then whether it is causing continuous exposure to such radiation, what kind of health effect, what are the health that it is causing or health impact that it is causing. So there are again certain tools being developed by certain companies and organizations, which I got a gift from one of the organizations. They say that these also give some kind of radiation from this, but which randomizes the electromagnetic radiation to an extent that they become less injurious to my brain or to my this body or mind and other things. So such kind of anti-devices. In one devices, we are broadband kind of things that we are taking the advantage, connecting to you through internet. Another way that the kind of health impact that they are causing, many of us, depending on our economic status and other things, we do not have any cognizance to the kind of health impact that they are causing to our body and mind. And so in that case, some of the industry people, they understood this difficulty or this kind of problem, and there are many complications are coming up. So in order to check those complications, so some people, they are making such kind of devices and giving us all certifications and everything. And they have made a very big market and then helping people to make a balance between them. Now, what kind of rating, auditing, checking, benchmarking to be done? Each of the, you see here, 18. There are 19 such category that they have made. American Society for Civil Engineer, it is a professional agency that they have made scorecard or report card and published last year only, and making aviation, bridges, broadband, dams, drinking water, energy, rail, ports, public parks, stormwater, transit like this, wastewater, solid waste, school, roads, hazardous waste, inland waterway, so many categories that they have made, and what kind of grading that they have done, you can see. They have started these things since 1988, and what kind of grading that they could do in 1988, all these things. And grade point average, it is just grading like you are grading your students. Similarly, they have graded all these 18 plus another one category, which is not here. They graded each of these. You can read from here according to the alphabetical order, aviation, bridges, dam, drinking water, energy. Of course, in 1988, they could not assess these things, but aviation, yes, they could assess. And so 1988, 1998, 2001, 5, 9, 13, 17, and then 2021. Based on 2021, you see that what is the cost that they say that to cost to improve is 4.59 trillion in 2017. So much trillion. So the organization, American Society, the professional organization, a third-party assessor, auditor, in 2013, 17, and 2021, they have been able to grade each and every infrastructure listed over here and have given that GPA is D+. GPA is D+ till 2017 with so much of budget, 4.59 trillion. It is more than our own national budget. And so you can see California, for each of the 50 states, they have been given the assignment or they have done this job for each state based on this 19 category. Each of the state infrastructure rating has been done state-wise. So you can see that in engineering branches that under this banner that whoever you are attending, so don't you think that our involvement should be very much made essential to look into 19 category that as far as similar exercise we have to do in our country with so many infrastructure that we are opening up, whether rail or runways or it is energy or bridges and all these things, dams. Now you see, for dams like this, it is C-. For ports, it is C+. You know the meaning of the C+. Ports like this have got C+. Now you see how many parameters, what is a big exercise and formats that they have made to rate such a complex way of, you see, each of these, how come this C+, just only presenting one C+ is enough or not? So what is the background exercise that the entire professional team has to take care that encompass each and every aspect, that thousands of parameters that they have taken, evaluated, audited, checked, verified, and then put this overall grade is C+. Like public parks. Now you may say that what are these things that they are able to grade their public parks also? But in our context so far, we know we have also many such parks, monuments, historical sites, and many things are there. So there are various ways of looking at those things: tourism, promotion, and then seasonal care, cleaning them, then allocating some budget, then Archaeological Survey of India. There are certain kind of UNESCO recognized sites are there. So there are so many categories are there. In Delhi also we have got Red Fort or Qutub Minar and Humayun Tombs. There are so many. So every state UTs are having some of the special such places. It may be temple, it may be mosque, or it may be road, it may be like Ajanta Ellora or something, caves, or there are so many things are being categorized there in record. But grading them something in this manner by a professional agency is something that gigantic work that they have taken up in 1988 onward. So California is home to 28 national parks and monuments, 2 World Heritage Sites, 284 state parks, and 14,000 local parks like here, managed by nearly 1,000 agencies. In total, 47 million acres of outdoor recreational area and local parks are enjoyed by residents of or visitors to the state. So something like such kind of specific information collection, collation, representation, bringing out a report and presenting it, the budget like they have shown, and then going for systematic upkeeping of these parks, bridges, railways, everything, is a gigantic work that which CIBC and IDM and then with Ministry of Road and Surface Transport, that we look forward to start with such kind of exercises. Then roads, what a beautiful roads you see. Even then it gets a D grade. It gets a D grade. See that what a bright and road. How come, how dare this professional from American Society of Civil Engineer grade a road like this? But it is not that this, it is a scenery taken from one of the spot. It is a scenery taken, this is the most beautiful one. So this might have got A grade out of A. But when you have to make an overall grading, when you go for overall grading, then these are the road scenario in California. So when road scenario is this, and when road scenario is this, definitely this will get A grade. But this get maybe F grade or something like that. So when you make it average, then it becomes D grade. That is what. So you have to go from macro to micro and then make an average of that. We have certain statistics, certain way of taking weighted average of impact of these things on, and then making out that what kind of grading that we have to do. So let us see. Now let me come back to our own country. This is a photograph taken from one of the road. Road, you can see that this motorbike and rider is there. This is the road, and on the roadside, this hill was cut. And you see that the way that they are exposed to the water, rainwater in a place, it is from Guwahati to Shillong Road. I have been there just 3 days back, and while coming on Friday afternoon, I took this photograph while riding my car back to Guwahati airport. So these are the exposed area, and you already see some of the cracks over here. Why they are happening? Because here, due to the rainfall, that they enter into these, they make this soil soft, and then they come down on their gravity, which is called landslide, landslip, whatever it is there. So highways in hills, no protection to the slope that which has been cut almost vertically or at 70-80 degree in order to make a road. So while making the road is the one most important thing, at the same time, restoring this slope by certain stabilization, retaining wall or whatever, there are various ways that this slope is to be stabilized, because when it was there naturally, road was not there, they are stable. But by making this facility of road over here, we have made it unstable, resulting that there will be a lot of damage. And when we expose them in this manner, they will come down and they disturb and they will cause low. And if we keep it silent for 1-2 seasons, then they are going to be problem. And here you see that some of this kind of slope in the same area, some vegetation have grown, but seeing this one, that they are more or less stable enough, but not this one. Okay, and also see that already the road is there, and this is cut open maybe, and it is remaining, and whenever rainfall is happening, they are entering into this, so they are causing a continued deterioration, erosion, and causing problem, and it will come down here on the road, and then some JCB or debris removal equipment will come someday. So why to allow first time that such things to happen? So we have to put at least, if no retaining wall or concrete is required, desired, at least such kind of grass should grow here. And you have seen that at least this was also cut like this one. So how such kind of grass at least have grown over there, or they are planted over there. So there are selective brand of grasses that which can grow if we cannot protect these things by a heavy work that as we used to do. So in that case, in this area also, whatever has been put up here, this is not appropriate enough. That is why they have given in. See this portion also, they put the same kind of vegetation. So we have to see that we have to check each and every site according to its characteristics and nature of potential failure or hazard that there will be. Accordingly, we have to take appropriate measures. For that, we have many techniques to look into this. Then, this is in the city Shillong, that what is the requirement of putting a JCB over here, see, which is under operation. This photograph was taken on last Thursday, 4th March. So best utilization of sewerages for drinking water in Shillong, where it rains heavy all year round. You may know that it almost rains every day. And it is the world's most rainfall occur. You may also know, and we know, if you see the Cherrapunji Mausindam area, more than 14 meter of rainfall occurs, 12 meter minimum, whereas in Delhi, it is not even 70 centimeter. So a place where so much of rainfall is there. And what is this? The drinking water. Is it the drinking water? What the JCB is doing? This JCB is making, this is a nala passing through the main city, where from each of these household, all the sewerages come over here and they assemble at one of these place, and then this JCB is being used to make more. It is doing some kind of excavation, so that because so much of siltations and occurs because they carry due to the sewerage. So this is being deployed at that time to excavate or create more such space so that they can hold more and more of this sewerage water. And what it is being used, that it is, as I came to know, that this is the source of water for the supply to the city. After cleaning them, there are sewage treatment plant, is there, standard method is there. So these are being supplied to the household, every household. And their source of water is this drainage water. What a shame. What a things that we are doing if it is something like this. We are not able to catch the water that which is raining more than 20 times what it is happening in Delhi. Even in Delhi, whatever rainfall is there, we are not able to catch them even 5% of that, despite many projects and other things are there. So I'm not putting anything, it is all the city that I'm living, many of you are living in many parts of the country. It is not that we are helpless, but we have to see that the water where it is plenty, it is coming from the rain, and that water is to be captured, not the water like this one, which is being treated. What kind of treatment that we can do? So we have to see that the water that we are drinking, the air that we are taking, or the food that we are eating, this is the basic things that we have to look at the purity of that, so that our health and mind remain all right. Otherwise, whatever study that we do, or whatever achievement in terms of paper publications or IT and other things, these will become meaningless until and unless we take into these three aspects, setting aside many other aspects of life. So there are many industrial wastes are there, and then also you see this is some of the usual scenario of our river having so many industrial pollutants. Despite we are having many bodies are there, many bodies, CPCB and then SPCB, and then there are so many agents are there, so many NABL certified laboratories are there. There are so many experts are there. EIA are being made, and now we are emphasizing that like there be disaster impact assessment. There's so many tools and techniques, calculations, softwares, then design software, simulation, so many things that we are having. But while we make our lives such a miserable, amid that, of course, getting some kind of mental solace by praying to the whatever Almighty is there is something really pathetic to see that such kind of things we are making while living in this earth. On the other hand, curcumin, you know, the healthy and other things, nature has been giving these things, and they are revolutionizing our way of living happily or healthy manner. Or even in the case of hydroponics or organic farming, or recreating many of this kind of, you know, wheat grass and other things, and making them into using hydroponics. So many, you see the benefits of hydroponic, which can be grown so much in this way with, so there are many such disruptive way of technology, I would say. This everything is technology, that when we do something very specially, efficiently, in plenty of manner, and while, you know, taking care of our own health in mind into that. So now look at again to the nature. What I want to highlight is that, of course, I'm not talking about the engineering, but challenging our so much monumental understanding that we have since we entered into our first year of our engineering courses, with mathematics 1, 2, 3, or physics 1, 2, or something like that, that we have understand. It is nothing about agriculture or anything. Just simply take a common sense. What is the peripheral area of this people tree nearby, whatever it is? It is just photograph taken from my house at the 3rd floor. Just I thought of taking this one. What is the circular area? What is the circumference? Circumference may be, you can say, it may be say 6 feet or something, say 2 meters, you can say on an average. If this is that, there are 3 branches has come. And what is the, this is one circular area, this is another circular area, this is another circular area. What is our common sense, rather than common sense say that what is the material made of? It is the same material throughout. Same material throughout. But the circumferential area of the solid wood or tree over here, the girth, you can say, stem, whatever you can say. And circumferential area, when all these 3 branch, when they will be homogenized together, what common sense says that this one will be more, or these 3 combined will be more? Anyone can say anything? Those who are listening to?
Yes, sir.
Huh? Yeah. Which
Sir,
one will be more?
combined three is more.
Isn't it? Combined one will be more. Then what is that structure when it is made of same material? You see, those who are in civil engineering or architect or town planner or even builders or plumber or whoever, just think of, you take what is the like when we make reinforced concrete building in the second photograph that I have shown today. The more the story, more will be the reinforcement we provide at the bottom one. More load will be there, so more reinforcement is to be provided and more area is to be provided. Whereas the nature is showing something different. Whereas if you take the density of this tree here and density taken, one sample you take from here, find out simply a density, take from here, all may be same. There is no special extra density or strength may be there. So then, can we ask ourselves that how nature has made it possible? From our parlance of basic mechanics or mathematics. And how come not only that this area is more, the height of this trunk from here, it has gone almost 5 stories. 5 stories means about 15-20 meters. And how come the same natural material over here, and which is not only supporting apparently what we can see more area as it's growing up, and when you add up all these things and support it here, what kind of joints are here? What kind of joints are there? Can any of our civil engineering or mechanics can define the kind of joints that nature has made, that which we can make or recreate using the steel or concrete or combination of that? So this is something that we have to see. The banyan tree is having so many branches, extending their wider network so gorgeously and strong enough for a lifetime, say beyond 100 years. And it is so well intact with the ground, requiring no water or any food from anyone like us. Yet it is wondering how defying our understanding of frame structure that we have known from the rudiments of civil engineering discipline. This example may be taken as unparalleled, yet not proved by any mechanics seemingly known to us. So, while going into these details, it is up to us as a faculty member, as a teacher, that what part of the life that we are going to choose. So here is an example. Now it is up to us. I spent more than half an hour, already more than 1 hour in only in describing or going through or taking you on board with some of the slides. Just in my mind, I have taken from here and there and showing you. And more than 1 hour I spent with time. Now it is up to us or up to you or up to this system that in what directions that as a faculty member, as a teacher, as a mentor, or as a citizen of this world or the country or the place or institutions that we are having, or we have our own designation that intact with, in what aspect that we are looking at. Whether we would look like that each one of us have got a unique existence like these, like a pendulum on a sand bowl or something like that in a museum, in a science museum. And an earthquake has caused the sand to be agitated and arranged in this manner. So there is a sky is the limit, or whatever way we can define our life, and we can extend it, whether it is in this way or just writing something, whatever my mind says, trying to relate with that what we know and what still we do not know, or we do not know that what we don't know. So taking it is just like an expression, extension, and then theorization, relation, and collation of the thought and ideas, whatever we see around us or what we observe, so that we are able to instill similar kind of thinking into our students' mind or students working domain or horizon, so that they can bloom or they can blossom to their best possible way. So now thing is whether we would like to keep ourselves that what is happening, most of our research as of now, because of the availability of computer, artificial intelligence tools, coding, and computing capability, and then run a program, and then it can do whatever you like, and parametric study that we know. What is happening that we are motivating or we are making our students to recreate such thing, because Newton has defined that until and unless we prove something by experiment, repeatable experiment, we don't say it is a science. There are a lot of debates are being done, but there are certain ways that we see that we spend a lot of time in recreating or making a computer program, algorithm, or running a very sophisticated algorithm, or these days artificial intelligence, or some kind of augmented reality that we wanted to show. There may be 10 different tools by which we want to prove that if a pendulum, we think this way, if a pendulum is stand still and if it is vibrated every time, depending on the nature of the vibration, this time it has got this one. And we, another time, if vibration direction is being changed because our vibration intensity or amplitude is changed, or direction also is changed, then we will not be able to get this situation. But there will be some unique condition, time and intensity, that which may create that another rose when we repeat this one. So lot of our energy that we spend out in recreating something, because science has taught us to experiment something until and unless experiment proves that a rose is being made, because rose is a name given by us. It is not that we can say this is a rose. It is a rose-like thing that has been formed. So we spend a lot of energy in unearthing many of the non-essential things in our research domain. So that has to be checked, whether we would like to be happy by calling it a rose and then take the beauty of this and spend more time in knowing about the earthquake, or we say that we make some computer program or blockchain program, something coding that we go on, okay, an earthquake happens, rose can be created, or 3D printing can be done, something like that. So now I take you to just this earthquake. In our room, we have we are having lots of electronics like call bell, or now video call system is also there. Someone is coming video call. But what about if earthquake is happening? Such kind of calling bell or detector is there, and if detector is there, it will tell us that an earthquake has occurred, or it is coming, or it is going to give us certain kind of indication that, yeah, you have to go out, or you have to take shelter at designated place in wherever you are. So for that, you know that even though we can buy these things from the open market, earthquake detector, we can put it in our house, but that has to have some kind of backdoor or backup, or some kind of background information communication to run this. And these are very highly accomplished area that being practiced by several countries, but as of now we have not yet. So those who are in the electronics, or those who are in the electrical, mechanical engineering, along with civil engineer, you have to work together to develop this earthquake detector already available in the market, but rather deploying those background information system or background installations that we have to have, so that we get authentic such vibration or authentic warning at our bedroom or wherever in the office room, wherever we want. This is that system. So these have to have some kind of relay system and details of that, which are already more than 2 decades ago, these are already achieved. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel. But unfortunately, our scientists or our engineers, we are so busy in so many other areas, but these are the basic things that have to be made available for the public, for the community, for each one of us. And it is quite possible people have done 2 decades ago, but we have not yet entered into this area to make our life things. And although we know that market intelligence, and then what are the mega trends of 12 mega trends, which we have been 3D printing, artificial intelligence, big data, blockchain, connectivity, then digital things that we are doing, like digital locker and other things. IoT is there, Internet of Things, and the nanotech, robotics, smart infra, wearable devices like such, or there are so many. In 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, it gives us so many smart wearable devices. Then smart manufacturing, industry 4.0, where man, machine, software all together that we synchronize, is the upper version of SCADA and other things. And we look at everything in a holistic manner, the connecting each and every devices in this manner. So these have become really affordable, and a lot of things are now being created every day and night to make our life comfortable, easily, achievable. And there are again some of the technology which are well known, but in our country we do not have any fundamental research team. So why don't you look at this thing? These are all carried, the slides are all carried from abroad. We do not have any such research team. Some of the vendors or company, they are selling this product, but all are backed up by foreign company, because here manufacturing is easy and costing is less, manufacturing cost. So they made some manufacturing hub or assembly hub, and those people in the private sector, they are getting all these items here, assemble it, and sell it, send it, export it in the name of the company, which are not a single one is Indian, because their main development are being taken, or these fundamental devices which are being done, like in case of mobile phone also, we do not have anything in our country. We get everything from outside based on the collaboration, MOU, or some kind of rules and regulation. We simply assemble them. But that itself has made a lot of contribution to our economy and affordability. And also we are able to use them en masse. So there are certain low radiation, low range and Wi-Fi, plus connecting them with 3G, 4G, 5G and internet, and the reaching to remote area, 100, 200 kilometers away, and without dependence on GSM or any other thing. So such kind of things are available in the market. And I don't know how many of you are aware of these things and or have been working on these devices. As far as my knowledge is concerned, I'm not having any such expertise in this area. Just thought of sharing these things, that where our education, our research, and our focus into such kind of things are drastically lagging behind, where even other countries that they have gone far. So this is that range that we can go up to, low range, say wide area network, RFID and their data rates, and you see 5G, which is going to come up. Many other countries, they have already taken it, even they are going for 6G. And whereas low range, this wide area network, without any wire connection, without anything, using radio waves at certain frequency, they are dedicated through IoT devices, through many, whether it is carbon dioxide, whether it is, everything can be measured, nitric oxide, SOx, NOx, PM, everything can be remotely monitored wherever we are. So Internet of Things have got a big market, and it is going on. It is some of the published such things, that market and markets, just taken the screenshot from there. And what is the kind of saturation point that they are reaching over here. And then all these things, risk assessment management, IoT in manufacturing, IoT in healthcare, smart homes, analytics of things, Internet of Things in energy, remote asset management, smart hospitality, smart transportation, connected car market, IoT security, industrial IoT. So many things are going on. So I wish that, because this is being taken up, what are the disruptive technology, and see and look at yourself and look at pan-India, that out of all these things mentioned over here, where we stand as a country or a region, or even in the city area, in our IT hub, or number of companies or organizations, or our research laboratories that working directly or indirectly in each of these areas. Wi-Fi intruder alarm bell, we can afford to have this one, intruder alarm bell. These are all available in the market. Then water alarm bell, only 85 rupees per piece. These are all affordable. These are locally developed now. But what we have not developed yet in our country is IoT resolution products. IoT resolution products. You see that there are many things. Panic button, this doesn't have any electricity, only they are having the battery which can sustain their activity even for 10 years, 5 to 10 years. They can, no need of any electricity or recharging or anything. Then we can indirectly monitor carbon dioxide, and we can correlate them with the COVID-19. Of course, this is the study in October, November, July rather, last year, more than 7-8 years ago. Then air quality sensor. Air quality can be checked over here with this device. Think of this device. This is a standalone device which can be kept anywhere within the range of, say, 150 to 200 kilometers, and whose radio signal is being connected to the gateway, that one gateway, which can connect to at least 10,000 such devices according to the manufacturer and deployment agency. They say that more than 10,000 devices can be connected like this. So think of like a city Delhi, where we have got a ring road of 80 kilometers, and taking this one in the car and then keeping that gateway somewhere, anywhere within 100 kilometers, then we can check along the ring road what is the air quality. And this one, through the radio communication, is connected along its location, GPS, everything is already embedded over here. So we can know that what is the actually ambient water, air quality or carbon dioxide, wherever we carry this one, wherever we fix it, because it doesn't need any electricity or anything. But they are all connected through a radio signal, LoRa. So in that case, we can track how many people are there. Like in my room right now, myself, I am sitting over here. If this one is placed inside my room, and then it can be connected, every one of us, this can be connected to the main server through gateway, and it will know that this will have some address, so they'll be able to know that how many people are sitting. It will definitely show that one person is sitting. And then some devices are there connected with this camera, or even some kind of GPS over here, or if camera is there, GPS is there, it will also show that at what location, like if camera is seeing at what location myself. So that kind of accuracy also will be there. And such kind of things are really helpful in case of rescue operation, especially after fire or earthquake or building collapse. And if this kind of devices are already there in the room, and then these cannot be, their communications are unbreakable, because they do not have anywhere, they do not need any electricity, then in that case, this tracker, how many people are trapped in a particular room or in the entire building, and these are unbreakable more or less, or even if this can be placed wherever we want it, they do not need any protection. They can be placed even into the water also. there are certain kind of IP68 or something kind of things are there. So you can see the broad range of application of these devices, basics, that they can help us even in disaster response, and then communication that help us. So even panic buttons are also there. Now this is being used in many of the schools or colleges, especially in primary schools and other things. Each classroom, one of this panic button, and if some emergency, something is there, only this is to be pressed by one or teacher or whoever is there. And then they will be able to locate that where this is and whether it is operational or not, what kind of help is required. So there is an ample opportunity to take up some projects into utilizing such things, and we can make it freely available to you and make certain kind of program or some kind of demonstration, and some kind of pilot study can be made, and students can be involved, taken up these things in association with the companies and organization or experts that who are developing over here. Then how COVID-19 gave a sense of sensors and surveillance. Initially, this is of course old photographs. It is Indian startup company. This is the normal condition. Doctors also get affected. But here the doctor or nurse is there, patient is there. So there are remotely sensed things can be there, so that the whatever virus range or it has created, it is not going to. This is using the digital stethoscope. Digital stethoscope reduce risk for cross contamination. In fact, all these devices, whether a digital stethoscope, these are all available in the open market, especially Lajpat market over here in Delhi or even Chandni Chowk area. Huge markets are there. You name anything that in terms of such devices, it is all available there. So many of our startup company, and many of our people, that they have developed the art of collating this information, making customized products according to the need of the people. Maybe it is going to revolutionize our industry as well as application and efficiency in the days to come. So there are certain kind of things that even the person with proper protection, like this kind of thing, they can go and put this thermometer or whatever temperature range that they can want. And what kind of, you see, what kind of mask that we are using, whether it is this kind of things or it is this kind of things, we say that N95 is written in all of these things. So what you can take at your laboratory level, or each one of you represents an institution, please make a study of the mask that which is available in the market, weekly bazaar, or even medicine shop, medical shop, and even hospitals. So there are n number of agencies and sale points are there. So collect those, take the sample, do the test, check that what is the N95 specification, check that how many of them really are having specification as defined by the code, that and how N95 mask is recognized. Not that N95 somehow, if you make an emboss, it becomes N95. It is not like that. So from the engineering institutes, our engineering students and our so many projects that we are writing and you are writing, and then what students are doing, that such kind of exercise at the institute level, college level, or involving biology lab or involving chemistry, biochemistry laboratory staff, students, teachers, all together, that you can make, you see, COVID-related thing, faculty development programs. Faculty is being developed only when you are in a position to develop such kind of small investigation, experiments, cross-check, verification, and understanding, comparison, then make a documentation, report, and then see that which one is the better one and which is the indication for the better quality mask, for example. This is one area. All of us, we are very much familiar with this, but you put this transparent mask in internet, you will get thousands of companies and design that which makes such kind of things feasible. So it doesn't cost much, but how many of us in our country's laboratory or universities or IITs and IITs have taken such kind of effort? If not taken, or if it is also taken, so at least some kind of, some kind of exercise can be taken up in developing such kind of transparent masks. Whereas this is called A grade, everybody has got surgical one. But have anybody checked that what is the efficiency of this one? Even I am also using. 2 years back, this was not available, but in the last 2 years, at that time, it was not available in the market. So price range varied from 10 rupee, 20 rupee, 50 rupee, or whatever it is, depending on the situation. Now, you know, these are the things that our country or in a bulk purchase is less than 50 paisa. And if you see that raw material price and other things, you can see that 50 paisa is affordable to anyone and everyone in the country. But 100 rupee for N95 mask is not affordable to even 90% people in our country. So in that case, if we are able to protect this one with this one less than 50 paisa or improvise it to the extent that it is affordable, that kind of technology improvisation exercise to be taken up in our country, in our laboratory. And for this, no one needs to be having any grant. No grant is required. These are the self-motivation has to come from our engineering institutes. And when we know that N95, these are all information taken from the net. And I know many of you are very well versed with what are the specifications available. So let our new generation NEP, National Education Policy 2020, skill development, let it come from such a tiny thing, small things from our day-to-day life surrounding. We're protecting ourselves from the virus or giving a much more comfortable mask, that which is now today onward not made mandatory, but it is the necessity to motivate our students to take up such kind of things one by one. And you see the prices, this is taken from India Mart. We have gone to a far and far extent in making such kind of artistic design, but quality is a big question. So let us motivate our young generation, old generations along the society, everyone in the society, into the quality and specification with low budget things, improvise that, and then make it happen in the country. Let us not take the things that how cheap we can make the things possible. It is cheap quality is not the main aim. Aim is cheap means 1 rupee, 2 rupee, everyone can afford. It should be that it should be priced as per requirement, as per raw material, process and research input that given over there. So this can be developed overnight. For this, we don't need foreign grants or NGO grants or INGO grants. And such kind of things, this is a photograph taken more than a year back. Or even some kind of device in the market. You go to Amazon or any of the 3M company, there are lots of products that they are producing and available in the net. So I'm not going to show you the panorama of how many things that I have been able to know, but you know much more than what is being shown over here. So, okay, I think it is already 5:15. Sorry, Okay. Let me finish over here. There are many other interesting. Maybe I'll take it later because your thing is up to. Okay, I have a lot of things, but this is the things that out of several items we thought that because it is a faculty development program, and I have taken a particular note about that how you are as an individual branches and specialization have any meaning to this one. Probably I took few aspects that where each and every person from various area, let us not define that how much qualification we are having. Let us attack to the problem and describe it and then see that how we can contribute from our side in association with all others. This is what I wanted to say. Thank you. Sorry, I have exceeded. I thought that it is already 4:30. Mr. Saab, sorry. मैंने अभी देखा इधर it is already so much of time I have taken.
Thanks, sir. The allotted time was up to 5 p.m. But your session was so interesting that we also could not see the time, sir. Fine, sir. Definitely, we will take other discussion on these topics in the coming week if time will permit at your convenience, sir.
Yeah.
So, sir, thanks, sir. And with your permission, the session is open now to interact with today's expert, Professor Chandan Ghosh. So if any academician has any query or question, please come forward.
Yeah.
Anyone has any query?
Okay. So I think they have understood everything. I have not said anything from the Mars. It is all common thing only. Just no
Sir,
mixing.
you had discussed very common things in a very special manner and have given new ideas to think about all these related to our day-to-day life. And sir, probably all academicians are agree with me that they may have a fine projects and thesis works related to these topics. Sir, Mr. Om Prakash Gupta, Sir, O.P. Gupta, sir.
Yeah.
I only want to congratulate Professor Chandan Ghosh. He has deeply given us a knowledge which are very common, but we are not available. And it is at large. And I congratulate him. Always he is giving a very good knowledge on earthquake, on disaster management, or anything. And we have closely studied him early in the also lectures. And I say that we will be benefited by this. And again, I thanks and congratulate on my behalf and others.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, extending thanks is not sufficient for sir, but this is customary for to extend our sincere thanks and gratitude to all of you. And today's resource person, Professor Chandan Ghosh. So sir, really we are very thankful to you. And I am extending my sincere thanks and gratitude to all of you, to you, sir, on behalf of All India Council for Technical Education, AICT, and Construction Industry Development Council, sir. We are really very thankful to you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Saab.
Sir,
So
sir, with your permission,
yeah, it is.
let us conclude the session,
Okay.
close the session.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Thanks, sir.